And the road to the 2024 election making a stop in the Golden State right now. Vice President Kamala Harris touching down in Sacramento just moments ago. Thanks for joining us for the KCRA3 News at noon. I'm Lisa Gonzalez. And KCRA3's Mike Tassell joins us live from Sacramento International Airport, where it looks like the Vice President maybe just left.
Yeah, the motorcade just pulled off the tarmac. We're standing on the tarmac here at the modern aviation side of Sacramento National Airport, and some of those who came out to greet the Vice President and take pictures with her, they are still here, along with some of those elected officials, the Mayor Darrell Steinberg, Attorney General Rob Bonta there as well, still talking with some of those people. Let me show you some of the video of the Air Force Two arriving here at Sacramento National Airport. It touched down right at 11:25 this morning. That was a couple minutes late from the original expected arrival here in Sacramento. It took about 13 minutes for Air Force Two to make its way down the runway and here onto the tarmac before it parked. And then we have video of the Vice President emerging from her aircraft and then making her way down the stairs. She spent a couple minutes meeting and shaking hands with some of those dignitaries and state and local officials who came out to greet her, including Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounalakis, who is hosting the Vice President while here in Sacramento for a fundraiser. But then she quickly walked over to that crowd that was here and spent nearly 20 minutes. On my watch, it was just under 19 minutes that she spent shaking hands and talking to those who came out and waited about an hour here on the tarmac to see her. Many of those were invited friends and family, and that included a group of sisters from her sorority who were out here to come see her. And in talking to some of those who were out here taking pictures, I asked, was it worth it? And to a person, they were all saying the same thing. Absolutely, it was worth it to them. In the words of one, they said, it really makes me feel like my vote counts to see her come, to be able to see her up close. Another saying that an issue dear to them, which is maternal health for black women, that is something that's near and dear to her, and to see the Vice President passionate about that, that is something that she was very hopeful for in seeing the Vice President back here in Sacramento. Again, back out here live, you are looking at Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg, who came out here to greet the Vice President, now taking some pictures with the remaining ones who are here. Hey, Paul, real quick. We're live on KCRA3. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you earlier, but since we're on TV, was it worth it to see her?
Absolutely.
And why?
I'm a member of the Divine Nine. Our Vice President Kamala Harris is a member of the Divine Nine, so we support our sisters, our brothers in the Divine Nine family. So wherever they are, we are.
And you were talking about your passion and her coming and the significance of that. Explain that again.
So I have been working in the healthcare field for over 20 years. My passion is supporting black women and black birth equity. And Kamala Harris has given us a platform to bring awareness on what's happening right now. In California, in 2023, we had 5 women who died during childbirth. And so we need to bring awareness. Hopefully, the state of California will declare a public health risk for black women. And like I said, she's given us a platform to do that.
And knowing she's here for fundraising for the re-election campaign, aside from that, what do you hope her message is to Californians, or what do you hope she does for California?
I hope for California she allows opportunity for change. We are in a time that we are looking at what is needed here, what is sustainable here, and so we're hoping that her and the president will help come and bring some of that support to California as well.
All right, you get the tough question. Because, it's our job to ask those tough questions. I'm going to let you ask it. What do you want to see more from Kamala Harris as Vice President?
I would like to see more engagement. I think it's very easy for the White House to be in D.C. and to be just far away. I would like to see more engagement with like she did today. Talk to the people who are actually doing the voting. It's not about the politicians and the congressmen. Talk to the people that are actually having to live with the policies that are being enacted.
Thank you all so much for taking the time, the Divine Nine. Thanks for coming out this morning, and it was great chatting with you. And again, this is just one of those groups that came out this morning as the Vice President's plane arriving here in Sacramento. And, we'll be having coverage throughout the day. But from here, she is moving over to speak to the Democratic caucus, that at an event away from the state capitol because it is focusing on the election. And then later, we'll be at that fundraiser hosted by Eleni Kounalakis, the lieutenant governor, who is currently the acting governor of California, as Governor Newsom is away in California on the campaign trail for current President Joe Biden. So that's the latest here from the airport as we are clearing out very quickly. Secret Service now trying to get people out of here. So I'm going to send it back to you, Lisa. But yeah, quite an eventful 40 minutes here at Sacramento National for a lot of people who quite excited to see Kamala Harris, especially since she walked over and spent such a significant amount of time. I mean, 19 minutes really shaking hands, talking to each individual, making them feel like their voice was being heard. That's something I haven't seen at a lot of these. Usually it's a much shorter, condensed time frame, but it is worth noting she didn't take any questions from reporters like myself.
Well, yeah, but it is interesting that she was, able to invite the members of her sorority, the Alpha Kappa Alpha, AKA, and then also those ladies from the Divine Nine, which is the group of historically black colleges, fraternities, and sororities. That's their group. That's why it's called the Divine Nine. So it looks like they were so happy to be able to make contact with her and that they really felt like their voices were heard. Mike DeSalle, thank you so much for all of your live coverage. We appreciate it. And as Mike mentioned, while the vice president is in California, Governor Newsom is campaigning right now for President Biden in South Carolina. He has been highlighting the Biden administration's accomplishments, citing what he calls a booming economy.